Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I talk a lot about Salesforce. Today I'm going to cover 5 topics that you should be familiar with in order to help you pass the certification. I don't like to give out guarantees that knowing these topics is 100% going to make you pass. Just because there's so many other factors in your life that I don't know, but knowing these topics will 100% help you to be able to pass. But knowing these topics will be crucial on your path to be able to pass. So let's talk a little bit first about what the Salesforce Associate certification. This certification is a really great certification if you are newer to Salesforce and you're wondering, is Salesforce a good career path for me? What is involved within Salesforce? How do I learn about Salesforce? And to show that you have some little piece of knowledge about Salesforce. This is a really great certification for anyone who is exploring a Salesforce career path or who wants to work towards becoming a Salesforce admin, but this certification is really great because it comes at a cheaper price point than most other Salesforce certifications. So let's jump into this list of different things that you should know when you are taking this exam or to help you take this exam. So one, you're going to want to know what Trailhead is, what the different features of Trailhead are, as well as just how to use it to supercharge your Salesforce learning. So Trailhead is Salesforce's learning platform for Salesforce, and you are able to do things called badges, which help you to learn specific little pieces of Salesforce or of Salesforce related things and either prove your Salesforce knowledge through doing a small quiz at the end or by showing it on a hands-on challenge within a Salesforce org. In addition to badges, you have things called super badges, which are kind of a mixture of those 2 types of badges that we talked about, where you're going to do a quiz or a hands-on challenge. Whereas a super badge, you are given a list of requirements that you're going to need to do. You're going to answer quizzes about it, as well as you're going to do hands-on challenges that will be checked to see if you did it correctly. Super badges can be great to show that, again, you do have some piece of knowledge about Salesforce in this one specific area. They can help you on your way to get certifications. Another thing to know is about quests, which are you complete badges and you complete different learning paths and then you can get prizes. Personally, I've completed a lot of quests. I've never won a prize from it, but it's really fun to be able to do every once in a while. Maybe see if you can win anything by just completing badges that you were going to learn about anyways. I would check those out if you're wanting to look for a certification voucher or if you are wanting to get some swag from Salesforce. All right, now that we've covered a little bit about Trailhead, we're going to talk about list views. So list views are a way to see different records within Salesforce. So let's talk about leads. Leads are people who might be interested in your product. A list view would show you a list of the different leads. List views can be manipulated and changed to show leads with certain pieces of criteria. So if you wanted to only see leads that were owned by you that you needed to work on, you can make a list view for that. If you wanted to see leads that had only come in through the web or had only come in through the phone or web and phone, you'd be able to narrow your lead list view down by that as well. There are a bunch of different list views that you can have in different variations and different views that you can have on your list view, but those are really important to know for the exam. Number 3 is going to be the core Salesforce objects and what they're used for. So when we talk about the core objects, it's going to be accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, and cases. So these are going to be the main 5 objects or groups of data. Objects are just groups of data that you'll be using within Salesforce. So accounts are just going to be different companies usually. Contact is going to be the customer or someone that you want to go into contact with about a particular product that you will be using or that you'll be selling to, just depending on how your org works and what the purposes are. Then lead is kind of going to be a combination of both contact and account. It's prior to those in the cycle of things where lead is just going to show someone that's interested, but they haven't quite committed to anything yet. Someone who maybe you want to contact and see if they are interested. Opportunities are going to cover all of the deals that are in progress that you may sell to or you may not sell to. And then finally is going to be case. These are going to be all of your customer service or issues that you might want to solve. Once they are a customer, you're going to use cases typically to deal with any customer issues and to house that information. So the 4th topic that you're going to want to know is profiles and permission sets, when to use one versus the other. Both of these are security features within Salesforce. The profile is typically going to be used for a larger group of people, like a sales group or a marketing group or a service group, typically going to be aligned with different departments or sections of your business. And then permission sets are going to give any additional access that you might need beyond that one group. So a good way to think about this is if you have a sales group or a sales department, they're going to have a sales profile and have all the sales permissions. Where you might have a sales manager, they're going to need a little bit more permission than just the main sales department. And so you're going to use a permission set to assign those extra permissions to that just one sales manager. So then they have both the manager permissions as well as the general sales department permissions. Hopefully that made sense just in a quick little example. But it's really important that you do know what those two would be used for, as well as some examples. And then finally, you're going to want to know a little bit more about reporting. So there's reporting and then there's dashboards. Within a dashboard, you have dashboard components. It's really important that you know dashboard components and what they're used for. So dashboards are used to visualize your data. This could be like in a pie chart, which is called a donut chart, or it could just be a particular number that's manipulated in a certain way to show you a KPI or a key performance indicator. Or it could be a line chart, like we're going back to elementary school with how these charts are. Personally, I find that these dashboard charts are really easy to understand once you know kind of what they're used for, because a lot of these charts are things that we used in elementary school to visualize certain pieces of data, like how many green marbles are there, or how many blue marbles are there, or what section or how many of the total are there of green marbles. So once you understand what these are called and what they're used for, it is fairly simple to pick up. But those are some of the 5 topics that you should be familiar with when you are going to sit for your associate certification. I do have a course as well as a mini course here on YouTube. So the mini course I will try and link down below that will cover some of the aspects, as well as I have a more in-depth paid course that you can take to be able to pass. I will say that 99% of the people who have taken our course have passed and who have reviewed all the material that's available. We've worked really hard to be able to create this resource for you. So we would love it if you check that out. The links will be down in the description down below. But with that being said, I would love to hear where you are on your Salesforce certification journey. I really love Salesforce certifications. I love studying for certifications. I love the process of getting them and learning more about Salesforce. So I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter at EmilyCallMBA. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.